functionality testing tools, performance testing tools, and test management tools. And other stuff also we get like with respect to license. If we think about it, so what are the tools we come across? Open source tools and licensed tools. Open source tools with free of cost, you can download from internet and you can use, and licensed tools are you have to put budget. Okay, you have to invest budget. So then we'll go for like QTP introduction portion. Any questions anybody before moving a QTP introduction? No questions. Okay, no questions means we go for like okay, good. So we'll see like a little bit brief about windrunner instead of going directly to QTP. Then introduction to QTP, automation process we'll try to see. So windrunner also you may be aware of like functionality testing tool, originally developed by Mercury Interactive, later taken over by HP in the year of 2008. So supports limited technologies like VB, Visual C++, Java, Power Builder. Okay, so CBL also it will support, but .NET also it doesn't support .NET. Okay, so these are the limited technologies it will support. So it uses as I said yesterday, so transaction control language, that is windrunner's own scripting language. So supports only Windows environment. Even QTP also supports only Windows environment. It doesn't support Linux or other operating systems. But the advantage of Selenium is like it will support all the browsers and all operating systems. So that is the advantage of like your Selenium. Even QTP also today supporting only Windows environment. Xrunner you will have at the time like for Unix and Linux environment. If you go for like Windrunner, it was really started with version 2.0 in the era of 1996, then 4.0, 4.5, 6.0, 6.01, and they stopped at version 7.6. After that they come up with QTP. Okay, so I have muted all. Whenever you have questions, you just message me. I'll unmute so that we'll discuss. Okay, so as you aware of like QTP also functionality testing tool, originally developed by Mercury Interactive, later taken over by HP, and before that Windrunner nowadays nobody is going for. It's really expired tool. Just for awareness purpose I was discussing. So nowadays nobody is going for like Windrunner. Okay, so then Windrunner limitation is like it will support limited technologies, but the advantage of QTP is like it will support almost all technologies which are available in your IT field. Okay, all technologies it will support, even mobility applications also supports. And another advantage of quick test professional is like you can integrate with your quality center, that is test management tool. So I could have told couple of times like all of your framework you can maintain in your quality center or ALM, right? So that is what you have to work with means QTP and QC both are HP products, so that's why they come up with like integration kind of feature. And another thing, if you go for these days framework, if you come up with, you don't want to. And another important thing, latest version of QC or ALM, if you go for, even your manual testing also you can make parameterization. Any of the programming language you go for, like Java or .NET or CBL, You come up with like reusable modules, reusable functions. You can make parameterization. Even that is a concept I implemented right during test plan. If you remember, like you come up with one test case, you can pass multiple sets of different data, right? So and data also you are passing, there is a, so if you come up with BPT framework, so complete stuff you can maintain including data in quality center. So that is another major advantage of like integration with your quality center. It will support almost all scripting languages, but mostly we use in our real time like VB scripting. Originally, the first name for QTP is like Astra Quick Test. So with the different versions available like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, 6.0, and they stopped at 6.5. Then they come up with Quick Test Pro. Okay, then they come up with like Quick Test Pro. Then they renamed it to Quick Test Professional. So in Quick Test Professional, these all are the different versions you will come up with. So even the latest version of QTP is like 11, but most other companies were using 10. Even 11 also, so many companies were using. Okay, so many companies these days are updated with 11, but in your resume you can keep like 10.0, you maintain 10.0. And there are nothing much differences between version to version, but really you have to understand those differences. Means once we start up with, then only you will be able to understand. But you don't want to worry about like what version you are working, you have to practice well. So that is what, if you go for 10, the advantage is like you have permanent version. Okay, you can try it out how many days you want. But 11, if you go for, you can use only for 30 days. But there are nothing much differences between like your QTP 10 and 11. So this is little bit brief about your QTP. Hmm, just what I do is like very high level. I will try to show you like how QTP works. Then I go for like QTP automation process. So okay, so let me launch QTP. So once you install your QTP, where it will get installed is like all programs. So HP Quick Test Professional. Once you go for, so here it will get installed. Even if you want to save it in your desktop, so you can launch it from here. Once you launch your QTP, so what it does is like initially it will give you like Yarden Manager. Okay, so Yarden Manager is nothing but like which application, which technology you are going to automate. Any of the application in your IT field, if you take like Gmail, Yahoo Mail, whatever the application it is, like online banking, they should use some programming language, some technology, like either Java, .NET, or C, or Oracle apps, something they should use it, right? So let us suppose Gmail used by .NET or HTML, let us assume. So here you have to get HTML yard, but by default you will be able to see only web, visual basic, and ActiveX. Not only that, these days while installing you can choose whatever you want. Okay, while installing it will ask you like which technologies you want to install. but by default you will be able to see these three. It will get installed, but you want to install like Java or .NET or whatever is the technology you want. Okay, so that is what you can install. Okay, what is that? What do you mean by .NET or Java or C? That is what you have to understand means. You should be aware of like what is object identification mechanism. That is our next class, and going forward you will get to know step by step. As of now, if you remember like which technology you are going to automate, that is the one you have to enable from your Yarn manager. Okay, so that is what if you aware of as of now, that is more than enough. Okay, so which technology you are going to automate, so that is what you have to enable here. And remember another thing, see while installing, as I told like how many technologies you want, how many add-ins you want, you can install. But remember important thing, if you install more add-ins, your QTP performance gets very poor. That is what you have to remember. Okay, so what you can do is like which one is mandatory, that is what you can install for time being. Tomorrow you want to install with some another application means, you can uninstall the latest one and install with that yard. So that is what you can try it out. Okay, and another important thing is like technology to technology, the license uh, cost may get vary. Another important thing you have to remember. So once you click on OK button, you will be able to automate that application whatever you were selected the Yardin from Yardin manager. As I told, in my computer I have installed 11. I will be teaching 11, but you can practice in your computers like with 10. But absolutely there are nothing much differences. As soon as you launch your QTP, this welcome screen is there, right? Older versions of your QTP, when it was with Mercury Interactive, you don't get this welcome window. So this QTP tool was taken over by HP in the year of 2008, right? So 2008 means 9.2 till 9.2 QTP version. It was maintained by Mercury Interactive. 9.5 version onwards handled by your Hewlett Packard company. So 9.5 version onwards, you will 9.5, 10 and 11, only three versions your HP released. So in these three versions only, you will be able to see like this welcome window. Okay, so then if you go for like this is test pen, this is test pen. So okay, so that is what you don't want to worry like whatever the technology it is, your client will be taking care. So which application, which technology they were used for developing that application, your company or client or your prime minister, those big guys will be aware of, right? Accordingly they will purchase license, then you just install, that's it. Whether it is concurrent license or seat license, this licensing portion and what is the yard, you don't want to worry, company will take it. Okay, so once you launch your QTP, this is how it looks like. So as like any of the application you go for in your Windows environment. So here this is nothing but like your test pane. As I told earlier, any of the application if you go for, so how you start up with your automation is like by starting with recording. So basic operations you will record. So you have to record the application means what you have to do is like you have to click on record button, whatever you're seeing like here red. So once you click on record button, here it's giving you like record and run settings. Means which type of application you're again how you want to record, which type of application you want to record. Means any open browser you have to record, or only specific application you have to work with, either Gmail sometime, Yahoo Mail other time. Do you want to record like that, or you want to record only one single application? But really you are working for one project, means you only one project, one application you'll get a chance to use, right? So that is why you will go for the best option is like in real time you go for second option. But while practicing you may record multiple applications, right? So you go for first option. This is for web based application. Even the same situation with Windows application also. So record any open Windows based application or only specific application. So that is the executable file, executable path you have to pass here. Okay. So what I do is like first initially I go for standalone application. So once you choose your record and run settings according to your requirement, then you go for whatever the application you want. And if you go for XP environment, even launching the application also QTP gets recorded. But this is Windows 7 doesn't compatible that much. QTP is not compatible with Windows 7. But it's not like that, you have to install some patches. You have to install some patches. Even you install patches, but starting up any of the application QTP is doesn't support. So what is the alternative? I will tell you slowly. So as of now I'm trying to record my calculator application. Why is not recording? Uh, that is the reason. Okay, so the problem is like QTP this one should record. I'm not sure why it's not recording really. Okay, let me take another application. So flight reservation system. So is nothing but like uh, whenever you install your QTP, so flight reservation system get installed automatically. Means why it is like they come up with this application in such a manner like you you can practice, you can practice like each and every feature whatever available in your QTP. Like that they developed this application and will get automatically installed with your QTP installation. So where you can get it is like start all programs, HP, quick test professional, then sample applications. Once you go for here you will see automatically. This is client server application and Mercury Tools website is web based application. Okay, so this one you don't want to look for QTP will get installed automatically. Then first let me go for like your flight reservation system. You have to enter agent name and practice, means for practicing purpose. So any 4-letter agent name you can use, but password is Mercury. I'm not sure why nothing is recording. I'm sorry, let me start once again. Sometimes it will happen. That is the your daily activity you will be able to see in your real time, even once you assign any of the project. So sometimes what will happen is like your temporary files may cause this issue. You restart your QTP and start with application, it may solve. Even that is also not solving, means you Oh, another thing is like this is what I have chosen. You see, record and run only on here. I haven't added anything. This is the reason. Okay, so now let me go for now it's recording, right? Okay, so agent name is any four-letter words. Password is Mercury. So data flight, fly from, fly to, flights. Which flight? That is the flight you can choose. What is the name you can enter? Insert order. Close. It's not recording. Oh, what I did is like I stopped recording and come up, right? So let me go for again. So what QTP does is like in between the operations record and stop, which are the manual actions you are performing in your application. Every action it will record. Okay, so data flight, fly from, fly to, flight. So available flights, you'll choose one flight, then okay, name, insert order, close, stop. See here, normally login flight reservation system login screen. If we go for this is what how QTP identifying it as dialog box. Within that dialog, and normally developer, if you take any of the web page, what it is like, first this is the browser. In that browser he will consider it as a one page. He will consider it as a one page. He will divide into frames into main table into subtable into subtable. Like that he will divide and smallest independent component he will take and he will put objects. So browser he will make it as a page into frames into even subframes into table into subtable into subtable. Like that, so many levels he may divide and the smallest independent component he will take, he will come up with. Exactly, your QTP also follows the similar mechanism. So however, the developer followed the hierarchy for developing that application. Exactly, your QTP also follows the similar mechanism. See here, dialog, he put window edit. If you read these statements, you will get to know what exactly the statement is doing. Okay, so initially you may feel like what is this? You may feel like little bit difficulty, but going forward you get very comfortable. So like dialog window edit, that is edit box, right? So window edit set, then dialog window edit password set secure. Password is you cannot see, right? So it will display as stars. That's why even value also here in your QTP doesn't display. So it will convert, it will encode and display. Then password might return, enter I have given. So that's why it has taken not enter. What I have given is like once I enter password, I enter I have written. That's why it's taken mic return. Then I'm activating flight reservation system. I'm activating another window. Then data flight, fly from flight to select. That is what. So which are the operations I'm performing? Everything it was recorded. That is window, right? That's why this window it has taken. So this is nothing but like during recording and while running, what is doing is like again it will try to play back all these steps. See, it's starting. So what are the steps it was recorded? So it's trying to perform, right? So like that, you come up with your test script during converting your manual test case to automation. Then whenever you get release, at that time you will execute these tests against that latest release. So this is nothing but like your standalone application. If it's standalone application means it will take window edit, window button, something like that. Let me show you like for web-based application how it will take. So Gmail. So I'm entering username, some username. I'm entering password. Click at sign in button. What it has recorded, you see. Okay. So this is window is taking. Then browser page. Browser page, under that page window edit report. That's how your QTP also considering and recording. Whatever you understand, that is what you keep going forward. Slowly you will get expertise step by step. So see here, only the thing is like if it is window application, it's considering it as like a window. If it is web-based application, it's considering it as browser. Why? This is what you have to understand, means it will take some time. Okay. So this is nothing but like your normal basic operations in your QTP. Then we'll go for like QTP automation process. Then will we get back to like QTP. Okay. So you want to come up with automation for any of the project means you have to follow some process. So what exactly the process you follow? That is nothing but like QTP automation process. So that is nothing but like 6 different phases you will follow. Those are nothing but planning the test, recording the test, enhancing the test, debugging, running, running the test, analyzing results, and reporting defects. So any of the automation tool you go for, almost all the tools you will try to follow the similar automation process, but little bit modified way and little bit customized way. But exactly almost all tools, there are so many tools available in your IT industry, right? So almost all tools follows the similar mechanism, similar process. We go one by one. So planning the test. During planning the test, I think I already covered what exactly you'll be doing, means like feasibility kind of stuff you'll be doing initially. Let us assume whatever the application you are working for, that application, whether it's good to go for automation or not. That means whether that application is should to go for automation or not. Means any of the application, if we take as I told during our introduction class, what all are the features you are having, every feature is frequently changing, let us assume. That is the case, it's not good to go for automation, right? It's not good at the time. Okay. So that is nothing but like whether that is the kind of like feasibility study you will be doing before starting for automation. So means at least some functionality, some stable functionality you are having means you can go for automation. At least some stable functionality, few modules or few features. Yeah, any of the application if you go for means not 100% will get vary, right? Some few functionalities may get vary. Okay, even all modules are all features are changing means at least one or two modules you'll be having stable functionality. So at that point of time you go for those are the kind of application, those are the kind of features. That is the case, you will decide like it's good to go for automation. Then what you will be doing is like next step is, first step is feasibility study. The next step you were decided to go for automation. Again, which tool is best suited to go for automation? what is the client budget, how much he is going to invest. So for that investment, what is the tool you can go for, and what are the tool you are choosing, whether that tool is good for automating this application or not. Like WinRunner, if you take, you cannot go for Java. If it is Java, WinRunner you cannot choose. Why? It doesn't support. Like that, sorry, WinRunner support Java, but .NET means WinRunner doesn't support .NET. So if it is .NET application, you cannot go for WinRunner. Exactly like that. So which tool is best suited to go for automation? So normally you can go for like QTP or Silk Test or Selenium. But remember, you have worked for a couple of years and you are sure, you are confident QTP is not, let us suppose like Selenium is not best suited to go for what is the project you are working. But client is advising Selenium for that application letters also. Why? Means client don't want to waste his money. So at the time he is advising to go for like his suggestion Selenium. Selenium is freeware, right? So at the point of time you cannot do anything. What you do is like you come up with before starting up any of the automation project, you will come up with the process is like which are the tools available like QTP, major tools, Silk Test, Selenium. So silk test if you go for, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Selenium if you go for, what are the advantages and what is the disadvantages. Silk test if you go for, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. You'll make like some document and send it to client. Then finally what client prefers, you go for that tool. Okay, so that is the kind of stuff you'll be doing. That is nothing but like your second step, selecting the tool. You are decided it's good to go for automation, then you are decided even tool also. Then what is your next step is like which modules you have to pick up to go for automation. Any application if you go for, there are so many modules available, but which functionalities you will take. Majorly you will go for like stable functionality, but again if entire application having stable functionality, then absolutely you can go for 100% of the automation, absolutely no problem. Okay, 100% of the application also you can choose to go for automation, no problem. Okay. So that means like stable functionality related test cases you will pick up. Once you pick up those test cases, then next your fourth step is like how you will come up with automation. That means like how you are going to automate these test cases. Simply I have to say means which type of framework you have to come up with. Which type of framework you are going to develop. That is nothing but automation front. So first feasibility study, then which tool, then application front. That means like planning, which test cases you'll choose to go for automation. Then uh, those test cases you have to develop means which type of framework you have to come up with. Then as you aware of normal basic your automation startup with like recording the test. Normally we say recording, but nowadays nobody go for recording. Okay, so just as of now you remember like first you start up with recording the recorded script. Just now I have shown you, right? So whenever you record, what QTP does is like once you click on record button, which are the manual actions you are performing in any of the application, it will get record and stored in the form of like program in your QTP or whatever the tool it is till you stop that recording. That recorded, that is nothing but like a recording. Any of the automation tool you go for, most of the tools, not all the tools, but most of the tools they have recording feature. Once you record your normal basic operations, the recorded script may not meet your 100% automation. Like I could have told you like you have to you may get a chance to read data from Excel as well. You may go for generating a summary report and in detail kind of report in the form of like HTML file or text file or INF file. But here you are recorded some test. What it does, whenever you record whenever you record and run, it will give you like results. QTP results, it will give you whether it's pass or fail, like this. Okay, but these results this is the thing here. Okay, expander. So like this, in your QTP, which are the steps you are executing, each and every step here also it will show you like whether it is pass or fail. Pass or fail, it will give you. So overall, the status it will give you like C, pass. Okay, pass. If it's failed means it will give you like red. Like that it will give you. So, but those results, as a technical expert, you may understand, but clients they may not understand. That is the reason what you do is like you will come up with HTML or text file or XML kind of reports. Okay, so how you will come up with? You have to enhance the record script. The record script you have only lines of code, just execute it. But all those kind of reports, how you will come up with? The record script you have to enhance with the help of your VB script. So that is nothing but like enhancing. This is what you will get to know later. So as of now, you remember like the record script may not meet your 100% automation expectation. So you will enhance. Once you come up with program in any of the programming language, what you do? You have to debug, right? Why you have to debug? To resolve two types of issues: syntactic errors and logical errors. What do you mean by syntactic error? Computer is a machine. It cannot understand like human being. So whatever it understand, you have to pass instructions in such a manner like computer can understand. Like sum equal to a plus b semicolon. We are human beings. Let us suppose if we forgot entering semicolon. Oh, by chance we forgot, so we'll try to execute. But machine, computer is machine, right? It cannot. You should definitely give semicolon at the end of the statement. Otherwise, it will give you error. It doesn't execute. That is nothing but like syntactic error. Logical error. What is logical error? Sum equal to a minus b. Instead of plus, you are given minus. That is the case. QTP says sum equal to a minus b. What it do? Whatever the syntax is required, that is the syntax is available or not, it will look for. Sum equal to a minus b, that is the correct syntax, semicolon. But instead of plus, you are given minus. That one computer cannot understand. So that is nothing but like your logical error. You are given sum, but minus there you have given. But instead of minus, instead of plus, you are given minus. So that is logical error. These kind of things, as a tester, once you come up with code, you yourself have to retest and make sure like that. So once you make your script perfect, you yourself review it. Once you review, you will send it to like your peer or colleague for reviewing. Once even while reviewing, they will try to follow some checklist. By referring the checklist, they will review and give you the review comments. Then you will update your test script. You make your script perfect. Then move it to regression automation shoot. Move the test to automation suite. That means right now you are having 500 test scripts, means 501. Then whenever you get release, you will be able to execute all these test scripts against that latest release. Okay, against that latest release, then 500 test scripts you put for execution. Some of the scripts may get passed, some of the scripts may get failed. What are the test scripts got passed? That is what you don't want to analyze. But what are the test scripts got failed? Like 10 test scripts got failed. You have to analyze why these test scripts got failed. What is the reason? Sometimes it may be like script issue, but Here you may get confusion like before moving into regression automation shoot, you made it perfect, then only you moved. But again, why you are saying like script issue? The thing here is like application developer could have changed some object properties. Developer could have changed some object properties. At that time, what you have to do? You have to update with your test script. Or change request you come up from client. Earlier, 10 items were there in a list box. But now they were reduced to 5 items. But your test script is validating 10 items. If that is the case, that is change request. Then what you have to do? You have to update the existing test scripts. Normally the thing is like whenever new change request comes up, developers or what are the change request comes up, it should get intimate to whole developers as well as testers. But due to time constraints, it may not get intimate to testing team, but it should get intimate to development team. Why? They are developing the application, right? So they are not getting intimating means how they develop. That is the reason it will get intimate to them. So whenever you get released, you may find out like it is a issue, but once you report it as a defect, they'll come back to you like it is not defect, it is change request recently they come up with. So at that time you'll get realized. So if that is the kind of situation, is what you have to do, you have to update the existing test scripts. And if it is really the application issue, what you can do is like you can go ahead and report as a defect. This is the kind of automation process you try to follow. Okay, so this is nothing but like your automation process. So WinRunner and QTP, both the tools from Mercury Interactive, later taken over by HP. But WinRunner uses its own scripting language, that is transaction control language. But QTP supports all of the scripting language like VBScript, JavaScript. But mostly we'll be using VBScript. QTP supports almost all the technologies available in your IT industry, but WinRunner supports only limited technologies. Then one thing you have to remember, like quick test first name is like quick test pro, then they made it to quick test professional. So then we were discussed about like what is the automation process. So planning the test, recording the test, enhancing, debugging, running, analyzing the results, and reporting the defects. During planning the test, you will try to perform 4 steps. Feasibility study for that application means whether it is good to go for automation for that application or not. Then which tool you have to choose. Then you go for like which modules you'll pick up to go for automation. Then which type of framework, that is planning the test. Then normal basic operations, you will start up with recording. The recorded script may not meet with your 100% automation expectations, then you will enhance. So once you come up with any with the script in any of the programming language, you have to debug to resolve 2 types of issues like syntactic errors and logical errors. Once you make your script perfect, get it reviewed by somebody else, then you update with your review comments. That means like you are making your script perfect, then moving into regression automation shoot. Then onwards, whenever you get application, you'll be able to execute. Whenever you're executing, some of the scripts may get passed and some of the scripts may get failed. So what are the scripts that fail? You will analyze if it is really a script issue due to change request in the application, or changes in the code, or changes in the application. You have to update with your test script. If it is really application issue, you report it as a defect. Any questions, anybody? This is your time. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Without having access, how you will develop your test scripts? Yeah, you should be having. Yeah, you will be having. Yeah, you will be having. You are having recording option, right? All those one you will be having, you don't want to worry. Okay, changing, once you come up with code, you come up with in your QTP. Okay, you have to make some changes. Very well, you can do like in any of the programming language you have, right? Okay, you can change however you want. Okay, you want to come up with your code, you can do like Word or Excel. If you go for exactly C or C++, however you want, you can modify, right? Okay, I mean like you may be confusing like today you made it perfect, moving into regression automation suite, then onwards you may, I'm saying like once execution done, uh, we have to update accordingly, right? So there you may get confusion, means maybe you could have got that question, but still even after moving into regression automation suite, we'll be having modified privileges, absolutely. But okay, that is another point. What I'm talking is like shared object repository, but with this one you'll be having edit privileges always. Okay, yeah. If you are aware of you should be aware of, but another thing is like you are from that is why I could have told you like introduction class, if you are aware of programming language, that is better. Even if you are not aware of, we can learn. Okay, VB scripting is like you have to get computer name. What you will use is like get computer name. That is the command you use for getting computer name. Like that, if you go in systematic way, you can learn very easily. Okay, and get into automation. But to be frank, to be honest, you are from non-computer background, means you have to work hard little bit. Okay, but it's not at all difficult. See, another thing is like QTP, they come up with in such a like in such a manner like by intending non-technical gadgets. Okay, that much user-friendly interface they come up with. And another thing I forgot to show you, like whenever you record, it's showing like two views. I will tell you tomorrow. Just I will say keyword view and expert view. This is for who are technically good. This is for who are non-technically. Okay, who are non-technical. For them, it is good. Like that. See what is the object, what is the operation you are performing, what is the value, and something like that. Documentation. So by reading these statements, you will be able to understand very clearly, right? No other tool in your IT industry come up with this feature. Only QTP tool they come up with this feature. Only because of that is a reason. Okay, that much user friendly you have with your QTP interface. And another important thing is like if you go for QTP latest version, that means like you will be able to manage whole your framework in uh, QC itself, right? So there, even coding also, uh, 30 to 40% they reduce everything. In future, how it will be like automation testing, everything your quality center may handle. Not only in future, these days itself, how they come up is like they come up with pseudo code kind of stuff, like click OK, click on OK, means whatever the object is, whatever the window it is, it will try to perform click operation on OK button. Like that, some pseudocode they will use. Even today also HP, they come up with 2 years back one framework. Like this pseudocodes they will pass. What it does is like it will automatically convert your QTP test script. Your QTP test script, it will automatically convert. Okay, like that kind of stuff they are getting upgraded. So at the time QTP, I mean requirements gets reduced. Everything your quality center is doing means why your job require, why why they are coming up with this is the functionality, only because of like testing. Most of the people come like non-technical gadgets, right? So to make their life easy, they are coming up with like this. Then test scripts also normally today means you have to manually record and you have to enhance. But in future, you may, not in future, today itself you have that option. Okay, so you don't want to worry about that. Okay, Any more questions? No questions? No questions. Yeah. Somebody told like we don't want class on Sunday. If all of you okay means I'm very well okay with that. But what about you all? Somebody told, I don't remember their name. Sorry. So okay then. If you have some work means no problem. We'll meet on Monday. Okay, okay, that's fine. I mean, Monday also you won't be available. The thing is, that is the heart of automation. Whatever we are discussing in our next class. So, you are missing that class means you cannot understand anything. Future classes. Uh-huh. Okay, that's fine. What we do like you are not sure means we'll meet on Tuesday, but to compensate this one, we'll meet extra time Saturday, Sunday. Okay, like that we'll plan. Okay, but introduction classes, if you miss one class means next class you cannot. Even you don't get interest. Like that it will be. That is the reason we'll plan like that. Okay. Even that is also we have work pending. So when we'll discuss. Mm, that is what these people are. They're not joining. Mm, yeah, that is what I'm thinking. What we do is like next week means it's already too late, right? Mm. We'll discuss interview questions, then we go for automation. Shall we plan like that? So what we do is like, Ashwini, is it fine with you? Means tomorrow and after tomorrow we'll discuss with interview questions. So we don't waste our time. But the thing is like I'll be sharing recorded versions, right? You go through those recorded versions, and if you have any questions, we'll meet sometime and we'll discuss. What do you say? I mean, like Sunday and Monday you won't be available. So by that time we'll discuss manual testing into questions. So once you come back or Tuesday as usual, we start up with our automation. Yeah. Okay then. Okay, fine. Yeah. The same time we'll meet. Yeah. See. I will be sharing recorded session, right? Only the thing is like you go through recorded if you are unable. Okay. Then you have questions. We'll come back. Okay. That is what we can do. Yeah. Yeah. Like that we'll plan if you are working means. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, as usual we'll meet Sunday and Monday 6:30 means what? Yeah, right, right. Yeah, same time we'll meet, but we'll discuss manual testing into questions. We'll finish. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'll be sharing all links I have shared. Right, manual testing. All I have shared. That is what you could have got around 16 videos. 16 videos. You check it up. So everything I have shared, whatever you missed, even. You check it up. Yeah, yeah. You check it if you want to come. You just let me know what is that one. No, but you got 16 videos means you covered everything. Check it up 16 videos you got on with manual testing front. Okay? No, I have shared. Once again I will share if somebody is missing means. Okay. Okay, any more questions? Okay, thanks for your time. Have a good night. See you again on Sunday. Okay, fine. Bye.